My fiancée confessed to cheating on me with my brother the night before our wedding. So I cancelled it and never spoke to my brother again. My life has been turned upside down, and I'm at a loss for what to do. I 30 and up until a few days ago, I was engaged to my fiancée, Tara, 29F. We've been together for 5 years and were supposed to get married this past weekend. I thought everything was perfect. We had the venue, the dress, the guests, everything was ready to go. But then, the night before the wedding, Tara dropped a bombshell that completely destroyed my world. To give you some context, I have an older brother, Sam, 32M. Sam and I have always had a complicated relationship. Growing up, he was the golden child, smart, athletic, charming. My parents always seemed to favor him, and I was used to living in his shadow. I always felt like I was playing second fiddle, but over the years, I learned to let it go. Sam has always had this magnetic personality that draws people to him, and despite our issues, we've stayed close. When Tara met Sam, they hit it off right away. He was charming, funny, and, as always, the life of the party. I thought it was great that my fiancé and my brother got along so well. I didn't think anything of it because, in my mind, I trusted them both completely. I never imagined that the two people closest to me would betray me in the worst way possible. 2 nights ago, Tara sat me down and told me she needed to confess something before the wedding. She was crying, shaking, and I could tell something was seriously wrong. That's when she told me she'd slept with Sam. My heart stopped. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My fiancée, the woman I was about to marry, had slept with my brother. I was in shock. I asked her when this happened, and she said it was 2 years ago, during a weekend when I was away for work. She and Sam had gotten drunk, and one thing led to another. It was a one-time thing, she swore. She told me she felt guilty ever since and couldn't go through with the wedding without telling me the truth. I didn't know what to say. I just sat there, numb, while Tara sobbed, telling me how sorry she was, how it was the biggest mistake of her life, and how she still loved me. She said she hoped we could move past it, that she wanted to start our marriage with a clean slate, but I couldn't even process what she was saying. The anger, the betrayal, the hurt, it all hit me at once, and I told her the wedding was off. There was no way I could marry her after finding out she'd slept with my brother. She begged me to reconsider, saying it was a mistake, that she loved me, but I couldn't even look at her. I packed a bag and left that night. I went to stay at a friend's place because I couldn't face either of them. I haven't spoken to Tara since, and I haven't confronted Sam yet. I don't even know where to begin with him. How could my own brother do something like this? How could they both betray me like that and keep it from me for 2 years? Now, I'm stuck in this nightmare, trying to figure out what to do next. My parents are devastated. They were so excited for the wedding, and now the whole thing has blown up. I don't know if they know the full story yet, but I'm sure they'll find out soon enough. The wedding was supposed to be this weekend, and I've already had to cancel everything. I feel humiliated, broken, and completely alone. Reddit, I don't know what to do. How do I even begin to move forward from this? How do I confront my brother? Should I tell my family the truth? Is there any way to salvage my relationship with Tara, or is it too late? I feel like my entire world has fallen apart, and I don't know how to pick up the pieces. Update 1. Hey Reddit, I'm back with an update, and things have only gotten more chaotic. First, I want to thank everyone for your support and advice after my original post. Reading your messages helped me realize that I wasn't crazy for feeling like I'd been completely betrayed. A lot has happened since then, and I'm still trying to process it all. After leaving Tara, I decided it was time to confront Sam. I couldn't avoid him forever, and I needed to hear from him why he did what he did. So, I went to our parents' house, where he's been staying since the wedding was called off. When I got there, it was just the two of us. I sat him down, and I asked him point blank if it was true, if he'd slept with Tara. He didn't even try to deny it. He told me it was true, that it happened 2 years ago when they were both drunk and that it was a mistake. But what really hurt was that he didn't seem to feel as guilty as Tara did. He admitted that he regretted it but said he didn't think it was worth blowing up the family over something that happened in the past. He actually had the nerve to tell me that Tara still loved me, that I should forgive her and move on, as if his betrayal didn't even matter. I lost it. I shouted at him, asking how he could betray me like that, how he could look me in the eye for the past 2 years and pretend like nothing happened. But he just sat there, calm as ever, like this wasn't a big deal. He kept saying that it was just a mistake and that I was overreacting. That was it for me. I told him that I was done with him, that I couldn't be around him anymore, and that he'd destroyed our relationship. I stormed out of the house, furious and heartbroken. I haven't spoken to him since. My parents, of course, are caught in the middle. I haven't told them the full story yet, but I think they're starting to piece it together. My mom keeps calling, asking what happened, and I'm not sure how much longer I can keep it from them. They're devastated that the wedding's been called off, and they keep trying to convince me to talk to Tara, to work things out, but I just can't. Speaking of Tara, she's been trying to reach me nonstop. She's called, texted, even showed up at my friend's place, begging me to talk to her. She keeps saying she's sorry, that it was a one-time thing, and that she still wants to be with me. But how can I ever trust her again? How do I get past the fact that she slept with my brother and then kept it from me for 2 years? I'm still staying with a friend, trying to figure out what to do next. I feel like I've lost everything: my fiancé, my brother, my future. I don't know if there's any way to move forward from this, but I know one thing for sure: I'm not ready to forgive either of them. Update 2. Hey Reddit, I wish I could say things have gotten better, but they've only gotten worse. Since my last update, I've been trying to keep my distance from both Tara and Sam. I've been avoiding my family because I knew once they found out the truth, things would blow up. And boy, did they ever. A few days ago, my mom called me in tears, demanding to know why I'd called off the wedding. I couldn't avoid it any longer, so I told her everything: how Tara had cheated on me with Sam, how they'd both kept it from me for 2 years, and how I found out the night before the wedding. My mom was absolutely devastated. She couldn't believe that Sam, her golden child, would do something like that. She kept asking why he didn't come clean sooner, why he would betray his own brother like that. I could hear the pain in her voice, and it broke my heart all over again. My dad, on the other hand, was furious. He's always been a no-nonsense kind of guy, and when he heard what Sam did, he lost it. He called a family meeting, demanding that Sam and I sit down and talk things out like adults. He told me that we couldn't let this tear the family apart, that we needed to work through this together. But here's the thing: when we all sat down, things didn't go as planned. My dad tried to act as the mediator, pushing me and Sam to reconcile, but Sam's attitude made it impossible. He kept downplaying what happened, saying it was just one night and that I was blowing everything out of proportion. He even had the nerve to say that Tara's feelings for me hadn't changed, that I was the one who was being irrational. I snapped. Years of frustration, resentment, and pain boiled over, and I lost control. I lunged at Sam, and we ended up in a full-on fistfight right there in my parents' living room. I've never been that angry in my life. All the hurt and betrayal just came pouring out, and I couldn't stop myself. My dad had to pull us apart, yelling at both of us to stop acting like children. After the fight, I stormed out, telling Sam that as far as I was concerned, he wasn't my brother anymore. I haven't spoken to him since, and honestly, I don't think I ever will. Now, my family is in shambles. My parents are heartbroken, torn between their 2 sons. My mom keeps begging me to make amends with Sam, but I just can't. Not after what he's done. I feel like I've lost not just my fiancé, but my family as well. As for Tara, she's still trying to reach out, but I've been ignoring her. I don't know if I'll ever be able to talk to her again, let alone forgive her. I've started seeing a therapist to try and deal with all of this, but it's been rough. Every day feels like a battle just to get out of bed. I don't know what the future holds, but right now, it feels like I'm drowning in a sea of betrayal and anger. I'm not sure how I'll ever get past this, but I'm trying to take things one day at a time. Update 3. Hey Reddit, it's been a little while, and things have taken yet another turn. I'm still trying to process everything that's happened, but here's the latest in this ongoing nightmare. After the fight with Sam, I went completely no contact with him. I blocked him on everything and told my parents that I didn't want to hear anything about him. I needed time to heal, and being reminded of him was only making things worse. But then, a few days ago, I got a message from Tara that changed everything. She sent me a long, emotional text, saying that she had something to tell me, something she should have told me from the beginning. I was hesitant to respond at first, but curiosity got the best of me. I agreed to meet her for coffee, just to hear what she had to say. When we sat down, she looked completely wrecked. I could tell she hadn't been sleeping, and her eyes were red from crying. She started by apologizing again, saying how sorry she was for everything that had happened. But then she dropped another bombshell. Tara told me that the affair with Sam wasn't just a one-time thing. She admitted that it had been going on for the past 2 years, off and on, whenever they had the chance to sneak around. It wasn't just a drunken mistake. It was an ongoing affair. She said she didn't want to lie to me anymore, that if there was any chance of me ever forgiving her, she needed to be honest. I sat there in shock, feeling like I was reliving the betrayal all over again. The fact that she and Sam had been seeing each other for 2 years, right under my nose, was too much to bear. I couldn't believe it. I felt like such an idiot for not seeing the signs, for trusting both of them so completely. I didn't say much during the conversation. I just sat there, numb, while Tara cried and begged for my forgiveness. She said she didn't know why she kept going back to Sam, that she never wanted to hurt me, but I couldn't even process her excuses. All I could think about was how deep this betrayal went and how I'd never be able to trust anyone again. After that conversation, I went straight to my parents' house to confront Sam again. I didn't care if we got into another fight, I needed to hear it from him. I barged into the house, demanding to know if what Tara said was true. And, once again, Sam didn't deny it. He admitted everything. The affair had been going on for 2 years, and they both kept it hidden from me. He said he didn't love Tara, that it was just something that happened, but at this point, I didn't care about his excuses. I couldn't hold back my anger, and once again, we ended up in a physical fight. This time, my parents were there to witness the whole thing. They were horrified, trying to pull us apart, but I couldn't stop. The betrayal, the lies, everything just came pouring out, and I couldn't control myself. After that, I told my parents that I was done. I'm cutting Sam out of my life for good. He's not my brother anymore, and as far as I'm concerned, I never want to see him again. Update 4. Hey Reddit, I'm back again, and honestly, I didn't think things could get worse, but here we are. After the confrontation with Sam and the full truth coming out, I've officially gone no contact with both him and Tara. I told my parents that I didn't want anything to do with Sam, and they reluctantly agreed to respect my decision. They're heartbroken, of course. It's like our family is falling apart, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. But here's where things took another dark turn. After I went no contact with Sam, I found out through mutual friends that he and Tara have been seeing each other again. Not only that, but they're openly dating now. I can't even begin to describe the anger and hurt I feel knowing that the two people who destroyed my life are now continuing their relationship like nothing ever happened. I confronted Tara about it, asking how she could move on so quickly and how she could be with Sam after everything. Her response? She told me that she didn't plan for any of this to happen, but now that everything's out in the open, she realized that her feelings for Sam were real. She had the nerve to say that she never meant to hurt me, but that she and Sam clicked in a way she didn't expect. I feel like I'm living in a nightmare. The woman I was supposed to marry and my own brother are now together, and I can't escape it. Everywhere I go, I feel like people are talking about me, about how I got blindsided by both of them. It's humiliating. I've been trying to focus on rebuilding my life, but it's hard when the people who betrayed you are so close. I've been staying with friends, trying to avoid family gatherings, and doing my best to move forward, but it feels impossible. I've lost not only my fiancé but my brother and, in some ways, my family too. My therapist has been a lifesaver through all of this. She's been helping me work through the anger and pain, but I know this is going to take a long time to heal from. I feel broken in a way I've never felt before. Update 5. Hey Reddit, this will likely be my final update. A lot has happened over the past few weeks, and I think I'm finally starting to see a path forward, even though it's been the hardest journey of my life. First, I've completely cut all ties with both Sam and Tara. I blocked them on everything, and I've told my parents that I don't want to hear about their lives anymore. From what I've heard through friends, they're still together, but I've made peace with the fact that they deserve each other. I'm done wasting my energy on people who don't care about me. My relationship with my parents is still strained, but we're trying to heal. They're torn between their 2 sons, and I understand that, but I've made it clear that Sam is no longer a part of my life. They've respected my decision, but I know it's been hard for them. We're taking things one day at a time, and I'm hopeful that we can find some sense of normalcy again, even though things will never be the same. As for me, I've moved into a new apartment on the other side of town, far away from the memories of what happened. It's been liberating to have my own space, to start fresh, and to focus on myself for the first time in years. I've been going to therapy regularly, and it's been a huge help in processing everything. I've also reconnected with old friends, started picking up new hobbies, and I'm even thinking about going back to school to further my career. For the first time in months, I feel like I have control over my life again, and it feels good. I'm still hurt, still angry, but I'm learning to let go. Sam and Tara no longer have a hold on me. Their betrayal will always be a part of my story, but it doesn't define me anymore. I'm moving forward, stronger and more resilient than ever. Thank you for being there for me during the darkest moments of my life. Your support and advice have meant the world to me, and I'm forever grateful. It's been a long, painful journey, but I'm finally ready to close this chapter and start a new one.